What's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. I've been really into doing makeup tutorials again. I've been like, I don't know, feeling a little bit more inspired and more creative with makeup, which is really wonderful because I wasn't for a very long time. So today's video is going to be on this look here. It's kind of like a girly but also sultry little Valentine's Day look. I'm using the Narsissist Wanted palette that Meech actually surprised me with last week, so thanks babe. But it's an absolutely gorgeous palette. I honestly probably wouldn't have picked it up myself because I just like don't look at eyeshadow palettes anymore. I feel like I have too many, but I'm so glad that he got it for me because this thing is gorgeous and I had never used Nars shadows before, and the formulas are amazing. They're really nicely pigmented, super rich, super blendable, just so easy to work with. Like, it's a great formula for the money because I know Nars is more pricey. I feel like it is well worth the money. Like, you're getting what you pay for. It's awesome, and I also love the packaging. I think it's so pretty. So we're gonna be doing this look here. It's kind of like pinky duochrome, a little shimmery, a little sultry, just very pretty. I think it would be perfect for a date night on Valentine's Day or whatever you end up doing on Valentine's Day, or just any kind of date night. I just feel like this look is very flattering and a little bit sexy without being too much. We're using actually a lot of Nars products in this video. It isn't sponsored or anything. I fucking wish it was. But yeah, I'm super excited about how this look turned out. So if you're interested in learning how to get it, then go ahead and just continue watching. Hey guys, so my brows are on and my lids are primed. I know I look crazy, but we're just gonna jump right into the eyes. The palette we're gonna be using today is the Narsissist Wanted palette. This thing is so beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous, and then all of these wonderful colors. Like, this shadow formula is phenomenal. Highly recommend. So this is what we're gonna be using today. I feel like it's just a good pickup for the kind of girl that does like mostly everyday looks, but still wants a little bit of like a pop of shimmer, a little bit of color, just so they could spice it up. Sometimes I feel like this is the perfect palette for you. Okay, so first I'm gonna take an E40 brush with this shade here. It's like a light brown. I think it's called Seven Heaven, but I also like can't be sure with the names on the back. I'm like really retarded. I can't figure out which is which. So I'm gonna take that on an E40 brush and we're just gonna buff this into the crease as a transition shade. And these shadows are super duper blendable and so easy to work with. I had never actually tried Nars shadows before, not like in a palette form anyway. I've tried like a few singles. Like they're, you know, those wet dry ones that they used to have, or maybe still have. I had a few of those, but I had never tried any of their like matte shadows or anything, and I'm very impressed. Yeah, so just make that sure that's all nice and buffed out and there's no harsh edge. You just want to get like a nice warm brown in the crease so that everything fades nicely into it. Now I'm going to go ahead into this color next to it, which I think is called Shadow Hill. I'm going to take this on an E35 brush, which is just a little bit smaller than the E40, and we're going to put this a little bit lower in the crease and also focus more of the color on the outer corner so we build up the depth of the eye. I really need to clean my brushes. They're like getting too dirty to keep using. Now to spice it up a little bit in the crease, I'm gonna take an E25 in this kind of reddish brown shade over here. It's kind of like a perfect brick color. I think it's called Temptress. And we're gonna take this on mostly the outer corner and then blend it into the crease. And this is gonna give you a really nice warm pop to your eyes. If you have blue or green eyes, this is really going to enhance that blue or green in them because of the red tone. But if not, it is just gonna give you like a nice warm, a little bit like different. You see that red shade and you're like a little bit afraid of it because it's like red eyeshadow on my eye, but it actually is very flattering and it ends up just looking really nice on the eye. So you're just gonna focus most of that color on the outer corner and then blend it in. You don't have to take it too far in, but you do want to blend it all the way through, and you can keep that E40 on hand so that you can blend everything together so that it's nice and seamless throughout. And do you see how like wonderfully these shadows blend together? They're beautiful. Now I'm going to take this small brush. This is an E41 Dual Fiber Blend brush from Sigma. I'm going to go into Coconut Grove, which is this dark brown shade. I actually remember this as being like one of Nars's like signature holy grail shadows. Like, I remember in the beginning YouTube days of the beauty community, like this was the shadow that everybody talked about. So I'm just going to take it mostly on the outer corner and blend it out here. And then with this tip of this duo fiber, I'm just going to like lightly go in the crease with it, but like ever so slightly. You don't want to go all the way into the inner corner. You just want to kind of deepen that outer corner up and kind of define the crease a little bit with that shade. And don't worry if it's a little bit harsh on the outside because this brush is so small. You can always go ahead and take one of your other brushes from before and blend the edges a little bit better so that everything is nice and blown out. So yeah, I'll just go back in with like the E25 we use, no additional product, and then just like circular motions right on this outer corner where we put Coconut Grove, and it'll go ahead and like blend it out for you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my lid with a little bit of concealer and a concealer brush, just so that when we put the lid shade on, it is really nice and clean and crisp, and also like the color shows up really true to color. So I just take a little bit of concealer on my flat concealer brush that I use to carve out my brows, and I just go ahead and make this line here in the crease to kind of carve it out and clean it up. And then for the star of the show, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade called Mendoza right here. And I'm actually going to spritz my brush with a little bit of a setting spray of some sort just to foil it, because this is gorgeous on its own, but I feel like wet, it's just going to look even better. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on my brush wet, and then put it right exactly where you place that concealer. Oh, so pretty. And you can use any flat shader brush for that. This one is just from Sigma. And then I'm gonna take that E25 again and get the red shade. And I'm just gonna put this right between where that Coconut Grove shade is and where our duochrome is, and just blend it together so that you get an easier transition between the two colors. And you can even go back in with a little bit of the Coconut Grove shade again and make it even better of a blend. I think I'm gonna do that because I need a little bit more darkness on the outer corner. This Coconut Grove shade is like intensely dark, so be careful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten my eyes with my Nars Via Veneto eyeliner, the one I use to do this step in every video. And then I'm gonna give myself not a wing, you can totally do a wing if you want. I just wanna line my top lash line to be able to get my lashes to look a little bit better on the eye, but I don't wanna do a full wing for this look because I wanna keep the focus like on the shadow. So I'm gonna take this this NYC liquid liner and just give myself just like a line across the eye, not wing it out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara and some falsies. For a date, you don't necessarily have to do falsies. I just love them, so I always do. But I feel like a good date falsie is definitely something like the Ardell Wispies, because they're not as noticeable. They just give you a little bit more length and a little bit more volume, and they're very like pretty and flirty, and they're not like too over dramatic. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is also a great mascara on its own if you don't wanna do falsies, and then I'm gonna pop on these lashes. Okay, now that that's done, we can move on to the face. I've actually already primed. I used this sample that I have of the Nars Smooth and Protect Primer. I actually really like this stuff. I feel like I'm gonna be purchasing it soon. So that's already on my face before I did my brows and everything. And now I'm gonna go in with the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. I know I'm using a lot of Nars stuff in this video, but not sponsored, I wish. But I'm gonna go in with this because I feel like it's a really, really, really beautiful finish, beautiful coverage, just a beautiful foundation, especially if you want like your skin to look its best. It doesn't look too heavy on the skin, so I feel like the guy, whoever you go out with on Valentine's Day, won't think that you like are a cake face, although if he does, fuck him. You know, it's not like very, very detectable. Like you can definitely tell you have makeup on, so like obviously you tried, but it's not like heavy or gonna look cakey or crepey or old. Like it just looks beautiful on the skin. So that's why I chose it. See, doesn't that look beautiful? I love it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and conceal and highlight with my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light as usual. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set that with my SACHA translucent powder. And using your damn beauty sponge for this, we'll press it into the skin and kind of melt it so that you aren't too cakey or crepey and nothing creases or moves around. So smooth, so flawless. I feel like it also helps like blur your pores, this step. For sure. Then I'm gonna take my Sephora MicroSmooth Baked Powder and this Eco Tools powder brush and just go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I know we've been using all of this super expensive Nars stuff, but we're gonna use this really super affordable bronzer from NYC, the NYC Sunny Bronzer, on this Eco Tools brush for bronzer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze with this. I don't like to do too harsh of a contour on a regular, so I definitely won't be doing it for this, but if you are into that, then you go ahead and do you, girl. And then for blush, an old classic, this is a Milani Luminosa blush. I haven't used this in years, and I used it the other day when I did this look for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, you are beautiful. Why did I ever not use you? So I'm just popping this on the cheek. It gives a really, really pretty flush. I feel like it complements the eyes really, really well. Like the colors in the eyes go well with this. So I'm just popping that on. It gives you a nice pretty flush, and it's nothing too much. And then for a highlight, I'm gonna use this Opal Glow highlighting powder from Bobbi Brown. It's so, so pretty. You can even foil this if you want. But I'm just gonna put it right on the high points of the cheeks. If you're not really into pinky highlighters, I would use a different one, but I kind of like the pinky glow, especially for something like Valentine's Day. I think it's really like pretty and girly. And then for under the eyes, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to take this tiny little Morphe brush and go into this like medium brown shade we used before. I'm gonna go ahead and buff that all along the lower lash line. If you wanna make this look a little bit more smoky, you can go ahead and add some black or brown liner on your waterline. But I don't necessarily wanna do that, so I'm just gonna keep the waterline bare and just smoke out the lower lash line with a few shadows. So once you get this all nice and buffed out, you're gonna take something a little bit smaller like this flat definer brush, and I'm gonna go into a mixture of Coconut Grove and that red shade, what is it called? Temptress. I'm just gonna press this right in to the lower lash line. And this is gonna kind of line without being too like smoky. It's gonna define your eye, but without adding too much color down here or making your eye look a little bit smaller because it's not on the waterline. And then once you get that line down, you can go ahead and blend it out a little bit with this brush. Ooh. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just pop on some mascara on my lower lashes. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and take that highlighter and put this right at my brow bone and on my inner corner because I forgot that I didn't highlight there. And then for lips, I'm gonna keep it super simple. I'm just gonna do a liner and a gloss because I feel like this is the easiest to touch up. It doesn't get all over your date's face if you start smooching. It's just an easy option, especially for a date. It looks really pretty and flattering. It's not too much. It draws attention to your lips because it's glossy, but it's not too much to touch up. Like it's not high maintenance at all. So it's really easy to like wear for a long time. So I'm gonna use the lip liner from NYX in Need Me. Then I'm gonna top it off with the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. It's just a universally flattering shade and it feels delicious on the lips. It smells and tastes good. It's just so easy and it's like a cute size to keep in your purse for the night. It's just awesome. And then just spritz yourself with a little setting spray and you're good to go. Okay, you guys, that is it for the final look. I hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure that if you're looking for a good everyday palette with a few little spicy touches that you go ahead and check out this Narsissist Wanted palette. I really love it. I think it's a really beautiful palette with an awesome formula and you guys would really enjoy it. So make sure you check this out if you're looking for a new shadow palette because I know there's so many on the market that you're like, which one do I buy? But I hope you enjoyed this Valentine's Day little makeup tutorial. There will be some other Valentine's Day videos coming up in the future. I want to do a Valentine's Day like outfit lookbook or like some outfit ideas for you guys ranging from like casual to like super dressy outfit ideas. I feel like that might be a fun video. So if you're into that, make sure you let me know in the comments. But other than that, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I make new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. So I love you guys all so much and I will see you again on Thursday.